Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Welcome to the good life.
Good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and we have a wonderful show for you. I am actually very excited about it because I am ready to get my shine on, and y'all will understand what I'm talking about in a couple minutes. We're going to be talking about self-defense, the importance of it. It's going to be brought to you by Tiger Rock NOLA. We're also discussing the importance of inspiration, food for your soul, and we'll have a little, or kind of literal food for your soul with Doc Griggs a little bit later in the show. We're talking about food sense. Why do we eat food? What is it all about? The sensory organs and all of that things. And all of those things. He has an event tonight that we're going to kind of, really kind of break down for you. Break down the food, break down the whatever. But I'm about to get my shine on. Oh, I forgot my gloves. I was going to bring my gloves in the studio today and take pictures so I can knock somebody out. Because I know you all have been listening to the crime rates and the stats and the everything going on. And it's not just here in New Orleans. It's really all over everywhere, unfortunately, and self-defense has really become such an important thing that you kind of need to know how to take care of yourself. And let's be clear, anybody who following me, I am strapped with mace. So just know I'm strapped with mace. But I am in the studio this morning with none other than the Bashanj Jordan of Tiger Rock NOLA. He's a black belt of everything, so I wouldn't mess with him either because he will knock you out. And if you want to follow us on social media, make sure you follow us on The Good Life Radio Show. That is The Good Life Radio Show. On Instagram, it's Twitter, it's TGL Radio Show. That's TGL Radio Show. And I wanted to put that out there because if you have a show idea or something that you really think that we should talk about or something that you're feeling, just give us a ring. I guess a ring or a tweet or a like or whatever, and leave us a message and let us know. Well, it is a ring when I get it to my phone or one of my, instruments. But yes, let us know what you're interested in, and we will deliver that information to you because that is the good life. And if you want to get involved in the good life, you can give us a call at 504-400-7127. Again, that number is 504-400-7127 because that is the good life. So, Doc Griggs, we're about to get our shine on.
Uh-oh.
Well, or someone else will get their shine on if we knock them out because they'll have a shiner.
Uh-oh, yeah.
Because self-defense, from our early years, we're taught everything. You name it, and we have a class on it. It's art, home economics, well, not as much now, math, English, and all while these things are great and they're absolute must, no one teaches us self-defense.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that. But how often and how important is it that we know self-defense? And we have Bobby on the line from the ATL. Good morning, Bobby Clark Alexander. This is my life coach, and she's yours, too. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I am great. How are you guys doing in the studio?
I am excited because I know you took a self-defense class recently, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, it was several months back, but, I still remember all the key things that my daughter and myself were trained and helped to do, and I felt a whole lot better walking out of that building after I had taken the class.
Well, I'm glad you said that because one of the things that self-defense does is it increases your self-confidence. Yep. The training in self-defense help people, especially women, develop self-confidence about their surroundings and, just being, able to kind of get your shine on, get your swag on, and being able to know that you can handle yourself in different situations. So this segment is brought to us by Tiger Rock NOLA, and I'm really excited because Bashanj Jordan, does his thing, and he, makes sure that we are all taken care of. Give us a little information about exactly what Tiger Rock NOLA does in all aspects before we jump into what we, how we can handle ourselves.
Well, we do a lot of different things. So we're not like a traditional style martial arts that you probably that you're used to seeing like in the Karate Kid and things like that. But at the same time, we still stick with the same old tradition as far as the values of discipline and the self control. We focus on that, but at the same time, we trying to bring it forward as far as working on like everyday things like a lot of kids are getting more into sports, and you have to have agility and training and speed training. So we incorporate all that into our classes. Of course, you got to learn how to defend yourself. So even
Taekwondo.
Even with the kids, Taekwondo. Even with the kids, bullying is ridiculous.
It's real. It really is.
I know for a while, cyberbullying was a thing, but now, even going back to just physical bullying in school and on the playground and in sports and things like that. So, you have to know how to defend yourself, not only physically but mentally as well. So.
And it's not always just making sure you knock the other person out. Sometimes it's just being able to eliminate or stop them. Get away. It's stopping them from being able to hurt you, so you have enough time to get away. So it's not always, we're not saying go beat somebody up. We're saying defend yourself.
And Dr. Gray said the key phrase right there: get away. That's the main thing we touch on. Is especially in self-defense is that you're not trying to fight this person or trying to be Superwoman or Superman.
I am Superwoman though.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't want to show that off, right? So,
at least I think I am in my mind.
You gotta. So the main thing is to think about getting away. So that's one of the first things we touch on in my self-defense programs is think about how do I get away from this situation? How do I get out of this situation? How do I avoid this situation? Because there's, basically three types of attackers, and most of the time it's the people that sometimes,
Oh, that's
so,
true.
Yeah, it's going to be the people you know.
And I'm glad you brought that up because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So this, it touches home on a couple different levels. Yeah. So sometimes you need to just be able to get away. So keep going.
Exactly. So it's usually your coworkers, it's usually a family member, it is usually a friend or whatever. So, in that sense, you're not trying to hurt them or kill them or something like that, but you just want to get away and to be able to protect yourself to where you can stop the situation. But you also need to know how to do some things to where you actually have to use some physical force, and we can go further into that.
Yes.
But
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I sounded a little too excited, huh?
Yeah.
Their eyes lit up.
Yeah. Got too excited.
I was a little too excited. Bobby, I was a little too excited.
No, I mean, obviously everybody loves hitting something. Everybody loves hitting something. I don't care who you are.
The bag.
Exactly. You like hitting something. So we give you
That's
another
how we relieve stress at Tiger Rock.
Exactly. We relieve stress. So we don't want you to hit someone. We want you to hit something. And that's why we have a whole bunch of different bags and targets and other things. That I even let you hit me, But I'm
with the pad.
I'm gonna be covered pretty well though.
Right.
It's not gonna just be bare knuckles and
bare
face.
Right.
No, no. So, but we make it fun though. And that's the thing too.
I'm sure the kids enjoy that.
Oh man, they do it on purpose.
Right.
Like, look, Mr. George, let me show you something. And they kick you. You better wear your cup that day,
Yeah.
Because they're gonna kick you low on purpose. Like I see, and they laughing. I'll kick you. But a lot of times too, one thing you're gonna learn too, a lot of the stuff that I go over in our self-defense program is practical things that you do on an everyday basis. Things that you can easily just kind of pick up on because, sometimes we don't have, people don't have enough time to come to, let's say, do a self-defense class every day of the week or, do it often. So, if you only had an hour or two, you'll be able to pick up some of these things real quickly, to where you can practice at home. Or practice with your significant other or whoever it may be, or practice with your kids.
I'll practice on you and Dr. Griggs.
There you go.
There we go.
Hey.
How did I get thrown in that?
Because y'all are fun.
Yeah.
Well, just to let the audience know that we are putting together, or I should say we/Bashan's,
Yeah.
is putting together a self-defense class that we're going to be putting out next month.
Yep.
So make sure you stay tuned for that because it is so important. With everything going on, the good life is just making sure that you can take care of yourself, mind, body, and soul. And so it's really very, very vital that just a couple of tricks, just to be able to get away, to, disable the attacker or, just give you a little bit of confidence so you have a little, pep in your step. I remember somebody was telling me just, something simple, and it's not necessarily, with walking with your keys in between your fingers, your middle finger.
Yeah.
And so if, something did happen, that long car key, bop.
It works.
Or, right.
One thing I tell people, you hear a lot of different things from different people. This is what I should do. This is what I should do. it all works. Whatever, I would say, look, if you stop fighting, you're in trouble. So whatever you need to do.
And
to
be
fight,
loud.
Yes, exactly.
Make noise. That's the last thing they want. Make noise.
Don't stop fighting until you're free, pretty much. So, but I mean, obviously, there's other things we're going to go over, and it's only going to be like an hour. It's going to go by really fast, and then this is going to be open up to teenagers, all the way through adults. We're going to have something for kids eventually as well. Because they need to know how to defend themselves as well. But this is going to be, you have your teenage daughter, son. It's not just for ladies and girls. It's for men, women, teen boys, teen girls.
I think a lot of times we forget about our boys. But, in high school, y'all all like to, show who's the best about this, that, and the other. And everybody wants to throw a swing or whatever. But being able to, like, grab their arm, turn it around, and, like, put them in a position where they can't get out of. And you didn't hurt them.
Yeah.
But they sure are looking at you in a different way, aren't they?
Exactly.
Kind of controversial. I'm not going to be too controversial. But, the kids, we don't, I grew up fighting. We fought everybody. We knew who was the best fighter on the block because we fought them.
Yeah.
We knew who to leave alone. And me being the runt of the neighborhood, I fought a lot, a whole bunch. And so I was able to properly take care of myself. You get jumped, to grab whoever the biggest one is.
Yep.
If you're about to be jumped, like, look, they can do what they want, but you gonna get it.
Yeah.
And how to cover up when you're being kicked and they're trying to kick your face in your privacy, how to put position to get in. That's stuff that you learn on the street, and then you grow
experience
playing on a basketball court. I mean, seriously, it's a hard knocks of life. So when you become an adult, it's not hard to protect yourself. And that's why I say the key is, like, especially if you're getting jumped, you're not trying to beat everybody, you're just trying to get away.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm on the other end. I've never really been in a real physical altercation like that. I've had to defend.
I wouldn't either. You have black belts.
Well, a lot of people.
I wouldn't want to mess with you.
A lot of people.
Have you seen him done that jump spin thing?
Yeah, I saw that thing.
Oh, no. You like knock 3 people out at one time.
For the longest, a lot of people didn't know I did martial arts. It wasn't until my senior year in high school when people found out that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And you can see the difference in people. Because I used to get picked on. I was like one of the smallest kids in my high school. I mean, believe it or not. But, and I used to get picked on all the time. But at the same time, I was like, okay, I don't know, who.
Because you knew what you could do, so you weren't even worried about it.
I was more I was more scared of me hurting them to, not to do anything, than them hurting me.
That's the confidence I want my child to have.
And also, when you were growing up, there was wrestling too. So we would watch a little bit of wrestling on TV. Then we'd go outside in the backyard, DDTs, suplex. We put that dude to sleep, and we thought we killed him. So you learned the hard way.
Look, this is what The Rock did.
Right?
That's what I'm gonna do.
Can you smell it? Pow!
Well, while I have both of you here, this is a perfect question. Because you can give me the move and you can tell me how bad it's going to hurt since you're the doctor. What if someone is coming at us? Are there certain parts of the body that you should kind of target to delay their reaction or disable the attacker so that you have time to get away?
What do you use to attack somebody with? I mean, how do you get to that person? How are they coming at you?
Okay, from forward.
What are they using to come at you with?
Their feet.
Their legs, right?
Okay, their legs.
So how are you going to stop them?
Their legs.
You kick him in the legs. You're going to attack the shins. You're going to attack the knees.
Side of the knees. The side of the knee. If you step down, boy.
You're going to attack even the hip area. You can go for the face, but if that person's on drugs, they're going to keep coming.
Oh.
They're going to keep coming.
Unless you chop them in the throat.
But then you work on the nerve areas in the body.
I want to know those.
Yeah, so you attack the nerve areas in the body. So there's jugular area. There's hidden nerves underneath your arms and inside your legs that you're going to attack. So very sensitive. So if you ever get pinched underneath your arm, if it's ticklish. Most people are ticklish underneath their arms. Why? Because it's very sensitive. What are those nerves called there, Doc? I don't know. But
it's a different dermatome. You're talking about skin nerves.
Yeah, skin nerve. Yes, underneath there. So
C7, C3, C3.
Exactly. So those are the areas you want to attack. But yeah, I mean, I tell people, look, if they're coming at you full speed ahead, well, what you going to do to stop them? Kick them in the leg. They're not going to be able to chase after you too much longer.
Well, that's true. Okay, legs and throat, eyes and.
You hit them in the eyes.
You pop somebody right here in the larynx, right here.
Y'all larynx.
But you can kill somebody.
Yeah. Doc Griggs, Ambashon both said throat.
Hit them in the throat. That's it.
Go for the throat.
Just be careful. You can kill somebody like that. You can press the larynx.
And one thing I tell people too is, you want to stay away from, people automatically think I got to punch them. I tell people to stay away from closed fist strikes. Why? Because you're going to break your hand. So you're going to do
boxer's fracture.
So you're going to use your open hand. And what we do is called palm strike. So you're striking with the heel of your palm, and you're striking, the eye. What is the bone?
Orbit.
Orbital area, even the nose.
Nose, y'all.
Even the side.
Y'all know when
jaw.
somebody hits your nose, tears automatically just run down. You can't even help it.
Yeah, so you can't see.
That was one of my favorite techniques at the
was
the
it?
Training.
Yeah.
Knocking them in the nose.
Everybody loves that. Yeah. Yeah.
And if they come from behind, I always heard, just like you said, with the feet, the shins or hit the top of the foot, kind of like stomp on the top of the foot.
Yeah,
wiggle.
Yeah, even the
wiggle.
You know, where they're weak. Yeah, if you're in the back,
Oh, and turn your head sideways so they can't choke
you. You go sideways so you can breathe, and then
you have to be able to. Another thing too, people don't realize too. One thing I always tell people: if somebody attack you from behind, it's the first thing you do is turn and look at them.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Why do you turn and look at them?
So they can see my eyes.
Well, no, you got to see your attacker, right?
Oh,
you got to
see
you need to see your attacker. You need to see who's
I thought
coming.
you thought the
even though you don't want
was gonna, daze them.
But and that's one reason. But also the worst position to be in.
The
worst position to be in is somebody on your back.
Ambushed.
That's the worst position you want to be in. So you want to automatically turn your body towards them. Your front should be facing them, for whatever reason. So that's the first thing you should do is turn towards them, have your front facing them, and then from there, then you can get away. I mean, you can do those things that we talked about as well. Stumping in the knee, kick them in the shins, however way you want to do it.
But to the inner thigh.
Yeah.
Bobby, I can't wait for you to come in town because we're going to put all of this into action at Tiger Rock NOLA.
I know,
yes.
and right. And Bashan, I just wanted to throw this in. The thing that I learned at the class was a lot of the techniques that you're talking about and that we need to use for self-defense, they work best in close proximity.
Exactly.
That was a little uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
But just like you said, it's supposed to turn around, face, face the person, the perpetrator, and you have to deal in close quarters. Don't try and do that stuff, you back, trying to get your box on. You have to be in close proximity, which is kind of uncomfortable, but I had to get over it.
But that's why we go to Tiger Rock NOLA, and that's why he teaches us these things.
Right.
So, you're confident and when you're in a situation that you can handle yourself. So, Bashan, if somebody wanted to get in contact with you, because this is really important information, especially with, the world today, how can they contact you?
You call me at 504-831-1110, 504-831-1110, or find our website at oldmetairytigerrock.com.
Whew, y'all, get your shine on or give them a shiner. That's what I was talking about. So when we get back, we're going to discuss inspiration and how inspiring it is. And last but not least, we're going to talk about our food sense. Yes, y'all want to stay tuned for all that. We have a great show for you. This is Eileen. This is Good Life. It's Wellness Wednesday, and we'll be right back.
In the new Louisiana, everybody wins. Fairness across the board. Scott Angel understands fairness. It will be the cornerstone of his administration, compassion and fairness at every level. He's from a family of 9 children that were taught by their parents to share. Scott understands sharing. In the Angel administration, no one group will be left out. No one group will be left behind. Scott Angel is the only candidate running for governor that can beat David Vitter. Join the rest of Louisiana in voting for Scott Angel as your governor for a fair Louisiana. We deserve better. We deserve more. We deserve a governor that's fair. Please consider Scott Angel for a fair Louisiana. Number 1 on your ballot. Number 1 for Louisiana. Go tell Angel. Paid for by Join the People PAC.
This is Karen Carter Peterson, chair of the Louisiana Democratic Party. The last 8 years of so-called Republican leadership has led Louisiana to the brink of ruin. Fiscal planning based on smoke and mirrors, deception, and outright lies that always end with even more cuts to higher education and health care. Republican resistance to increasing the minimum wage and showing absolutely no concern for Louisiana women who earn 67 cents for every dollar paid to men. This is Louisiana after 8 years of Republicans in charge. If you are ready for leadership that promotes Louisiana's needs first, then it's time to vote the entire Democratic ticket and reject the Republican pandering and rhetoric. Vote John Bel Edwards for governor, Kip Holden, lieutenant governor, Charlotte McGehee, commissioner of insurance, and Charlie Greer, commissioner of agriculture. The past 8 years is certainly enough. Vote the entire Louisiana Democratic ticket on Saturday, October 24th.
Paid for by the DSCC of Louisiana.
This Saturday, the voters of New Orleans East have an important opportunity to elect a tireless advocate for our community to serve as state representative for District 100. That person is Alicia Plummer Clivens. Alicia served as president of the Fairway Estates Homeowners Association, as chair of the original Orleans Parish Hospital Service District Board. Alicia fought to ensure that the residents of New Orleans East had a hospital for their medical needs. Alicia also serves on the board of New Orleans East Business Association, NOEBA. It is important that we elect someone with a track record of working for our community.
This is Alicia Plummer Clivens. As your state representative for District 100, I pledge to support bringing new businesses with higher-paying jobs to New Orleans East, and will fight for the return of neighborhood schools. This Saturday, I'm asking for your vote for State Representative District 100, Alicia Plummer Clivens, number 64 on your ballot.
Paid for by the Alicia Plummer Clivens campaign.
Wesley Bishop is attacking Eric Caulfield. He says he's proud of his record, but maybe he shouldn't be. After 5 years in office, his district now ranks last in the city in high school graduation, last in median household income, and last in the percentage of employed residents. How can we address a 52% non-employment rate among African American men if they aren't graduating from high school? How can we make sure that they can get quality jobs? How can we make sure that our workers can support their families if their jobs won't pay them enough? Mr. Bishop wants a promotion, but it will take a new kind of leadership to get things done.
I'm Eric Caulfield, and I'll bring a new kind of leadership to the state Senate.
Eric Caulfield was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve as a White House fellow and also to lead a federal partnership with the city to make things better for the people of New Orleans.
I think people are hungry for a change in leadership. They want to see something different.
Vote for Eric Caulfield, number 41, State Senate, District 4, a new kind of leader for New Orleans. Paid for by the committee to elect Eric Caulfield.
Roy Glapion is an engineer with a commitment to public service. He served as chairman of the UNO Research and Technology Foundation, the Nord Commission, the New Orleans Police Foundation, and the United Negro College Fund. He served on the boards of the Business Council of Greater New Orleans, the Black Chamber of Commerce, and the BGR. And this year, he is being recognized as the UNO Alumnus of the Year. Roy Glapion would make a great state senator. Vote for Roy Glapion, number 47.
Paid for by the committee to elect Roy Glapion.
Hello? I need help. My hair is a mess and my man texts me telling me to be ready for 8. He has a surprise. What am I going to do? My stylist takes forever.
I got you. Call Ringlet Salon. I just left there.
Where?
Ringlet Salon. They took me within minutes and had me in and out in no time. Very professional, and I scheduled online at ringlets.com.
For real?
Girl, for real.
Does Ringlet Salon hook up your roots?
Looks like I got a perm, and you know I'm anti-chemicals. Ringlet Salon has my hair soft and bouncy. I'm getting the Brazilian Blowout Express next week. It eliminates frizz for 6 weeks.
6 weeks? Okay, I'm all about Ringlet Salon. Where are they located?
Ringlets has 2 locations, one at 4712 Paris Avenue and one in the Hilton Hotel on the river. That location validates parking for 4 hours and is open on Sunday.
Perfect for a working woman like me. That's all I needed to know. I'm going to be fresh from my man.
You will if you schedule your appointment at ringlets.com. That's RINGLETTS.com.
Bye. Go and make my appointment with Ringlet Salon now.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is over.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday, and I am having a great show. I learned how to literally give someone a shiner during the break. The guys in here were teaching me some moves. So if you're interested in self-defense, make sure you reach out to Tiger Rock NOLA, and that number is what, Bashan?
504-831-1110.
I have absolutely been inspired this morning to take care of myself. Well, seriously, it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I have been inspired to, make sure that I am self-confident and I can take care of myself because, when you go out, you never know what's going on. And it is a good life to be able to take care of yourself. That is a part of wellness. And speaking of being inspired, how often are we actually inspired? What do we do to inspire ourselves and others? Do we allow inspiration to change our thinking or our direction? Well, that's what we do here on The Good Life. We open your mind to living differently in the world. And, I have Bobby Clark Alexander, a life coach out of the ATL, on the line right now, to spread some inspiration and the importance of it, because taking those steps every day to keep yourself inspired can literally and will change your life, because it's those days where you lose hope or you lose whatever, where you need that inspiration to kind of lift you back up. Bobby, how important is inspiration?
It is very important. Actually, I just did Periscope last night and was speaking on that very thing. And even by having others around you that you inspire, I had them to even actually get my T-shirts, the Be Who You Bees, and that is going so well. I wish I had have done that a long time ago, but it's really catching, because when people are who they really are, they inspire others. And that's the thing that I want to go in on this morning, Eileen. I want to encourage people to be yourself in spite of all the other voices and personalities around you. Let's just be transparent now. Let's just be very honest. Just take a moment and actually just take this in. When we are around others that have powerful personalities, or people that's always on the move or in leadership, or always have the voice and they have the ear of everyone, we feel insignificant and we feel like we don't have something to say. Yes, you do. And you have to understand that being you, that's just not the way that you flow. But given the opportunity, you have to sometimes step up, to the challenge. And that is, you have something to say. You don't always have to push your way in, but trust me, there's an open door. And sometimes don't feel bad because maybe you had to wait. Delay is not denial is a cliche that people use, like in the church or on the street. So don't get discouraged, So first of all, I want to encourage you to be yourself. Don't try and be like someone else. That's how you inspire other people. When you're you and you step up to the plate, they're like, wow, man, you've been holding all of that in. Well, right. Y'all wouldn't give me opportunity to speak or whatever. It helps others. You're really educating others to consider someone else's voice. Okay, and your real gifts and talents never come forward because you're always in the shadow and the backdrop. So, just do you, and don't be swayed by the strong personalities and the voices and the charisma of so many others. We're not trying to stop or hate on them, but you have something to say as well. But with that, I want some people have this thing is that they have to challenge everything someone says. Stop using all that energy trying to prove yourself against naysayers or wanting to be right all the time. Sometimes just take a step down. This last weekend when the transportation service picked me up from the airport to the hotel, the guy was just telling me about the whole entire area and what you can do, and this is that and that is that. And he never asked me, have you been in our locale? Have you been, on our property before? He never asked that. You know what I did? I just let him just get up on himself and just tell me everything. I said, maybe something new, might be in there. So you don't always have to have something to say, okay? Mm-hmm. And then fearing people and the fear of failure is something you have to shut the door to. You do your dream, work your vision, keep settled in your heart and your mind, and start trying to compete with others. You're trying to get your edge, okay? So you work on you and let others do what they want to do. Sometimes when you just look and observe others, it might be something that they're doing that you might be able to incorporate. Some people may call it a copycat. I don't call it that. I call it being observant. I call it being a smart businessman or woman. And I would say this, sometimes you could actually say, hey, give them a compliment. Hey, I like what you're doing.
Exactly.
We might incorporate some of that and some of what we're doing. You even let them know straight up. Exactly. So it won't be a surprise. Hello?
Exactly. Stop measuring your talent against other people's talents. Let's focus on what we do well. The important role of inspiration, it awakens us to our new possibilities. Let's not worry about everyone else. Let's worry about what we can do. Let's focus on those things and those steps, because taking small steps every day to build your inspiration so that you can live the good life. Because how do you get an elephant, Dr. Griggs?
One bite at a time.
One bite at a time. You just have to take those little steps. You know, hope, inspiration, it's all kind of, combined. Mm-hmm. But you have to find it in yourself, because no one's going to give it to you. Now, you have to find that inspiration.
That does not mean that you shouldn't take inspiration. That you inspire me. Coming here on Wednesdays inspires me. You find people, surround yourself with people that will inspire you to be better just by living the way that they live.
Absolutely. Bashan's inspires me. He inspires me with the self-defense.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, no, I'm going to get this. And I saw you do a couple moves, Dr. Griggs. I was like, all right, they're not going to mess with me, the good life. I'm inspired to do something else. Just like we say, you're the 5 people that you surround yourself with. And continue to change those people every now and then. Add people to the mix. Be inspired by new people. I had Monica Pierre on Friday. She inspired me to, grow and syndicate. I was like, okay, and be inspired.
Sometimes inspiration has an expiration when it comes to certain people.
Oh, like hello. That. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That's very good. That's on a side note, Eileen. I really have been praying, and that had really been in my spirit for you about the syndicating and stuff. So I had really already been praying about that, because it is what it is, and it is so, and it will all happen. I just want to throw in this last one, something that everyone needs to do, whatever your higher power, your deity is, but mine is God, and with the Son Jesus. Know that there's a God that has your back 24/7, 365. Yep. And there's this scripture I just want to throw in there, which is a good one. It says, so do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. And that's Isaiah 41:10. What I'm saying is, it goes right back to the fear. Believe and trust that there's someone who has your back when you feel alone, when there's nobody else there. Sometimes in that alone place is when you can get that aha moment. Yeah, you're feeling sorry for yourself, but actually if you just calm down, say, God, I trust you, and I know you got my back, and you see the things that I don't see. Let me really see what's happening, because sometimes our view is skewed.
Absolutely.
Because either pain or tears or hurt or disappointment. It's like, get over yourself, get in that naked place with God, and just let him do something for you in transparency, and he will tell you what the deal is with your issue, and he can show you a more excellent way. Just wanted to throw that in.
Oh, no, absolutely, because inspiration propels a person from apathy to possibility, and it's only changing your thoughts.
Absolutely.
You can be having the worst day possible. Everything could have gone wrong for this past week, but guess what? That's the past. You can't do anything about it. Yeah. There's nothing you can do to change the past, but your thought process can change your present and can change your future. So let's be glad. How about that you're up this morning, that you opened your 2 eyes? There are a lot of people who didn't open their eyes this morning. Let's be grateful for that. Let's find something to be inspired about. How about, that you have your health? I'm inspired because I have my health. There's a lot of people who don't. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. They have a lot of people who are going through breast cancer or cancer of so many different sorts, or, illnesses or whatever. I'm walking my 2 feet. I don't have any aches and pains. How about I need to be inspired to keep moving, inspired to make a better life, be inspired to do something, change your thoughts, change your mind. We are opening people's minds to living differently in the world. That's what the good life is all about. Inspire yourself, because you can wait for everybody else to do it, and it's never going to happen. And depression,
it's not going to happen.
Depression is, the devil. It is the okie doke, because it messes with your mind. It says, you know what? We're going to do it when we feel better. But guess what? You never feel better.
Right.
It gives you the okie doke. You're not going to feel better. It is your job to create it. And then you will feel better. So inspire yourself. Find that little glimmer of hope. Find that little glimmer of whatever, that you are alive, period. And move forward.
And yesterday is gone.
It's over.
It's done with. There are too many people that are living in yesteryear. you can't go forward. You're stuck and you're stagnated because you're living in your yesterday or what someone did to you. It's like start a new life, get a life. And people that cause a lot of problems, those are people who live in yesterday. They're stuck. If there's you, just decide today. You listen to The Good Life. You listen to Eileen and Vashawn and Doc Greggs and Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL, moving you forward today. If you're open, if you can open and say, today I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, I'm going forward.
Speaking of inspirations, since we're talking to Bobby Clark Alexander from the ATL, I certainly was inspired by that football game last week. Boy, you just woke me up.
I know he was going to say that.
From the ATL. Yes. That was inspiring.
It was inspiring.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, we're not going to live in yesterday, but we sure going to celebrate.
That is so sad, though. How do you do that?
But for real, look.
We called it.
There you go. Look, you got to find a little inspiration. Find the inspiration in the Saints. They give up.
Where they do that at, we do it right here. Who that?
You gonna get you? They got their issues.
Yeah, they got your issues
on prime time too.
And wasn't that inspiring? That was so inspiring.
It was just so sad. I mean, I really just got back into doing what I needed to do. Already. Good night.
I feel inspired. Me.
You.
And you should. It's not, for me, it's not that deep of a rivalry because home is always home. So a lot of times I don't wear anything. The one time I went to the game up here, I just put on all black. So, it's hard. It's still hard when the Falcons play the Saints.
Yeah. Well, when we get back, we're going to be inspired to eat. What? Yeah, I said inspired to eat. Doc Griggs is going to break it down to us. Food, sense, or science. Yeah, the Falcons lost their sense because we knocked it out and left them a shiner.
Stewed, fried, curd, Falcon.
Y'all, we're going to figure out exactly why we eat. Food and drink present us sensory experiences that bring us pleasure and emotion that is emotionally satisfying. That's the good life. And Doc Griggs is going to break down exactly what I'm talking about when I get back because I know y'all have no clue. So make sure you stay tuned. This is Eileen. This is Wellness Wednesday, and we'll be right back.
In the new Louisiana, everybody wins. Fairness across the board. Scott Angel understands fairness. It will be the cornerstone of his administration. Compassion and fairness at every level. He's from a family of 9 children that were taught by their parents to share. Scott understands sharing. In the Angel administration, no one group will be left out. No one group will be left behind. Scott Angel is the only candidate running for governor that can beat David Vitter. Join the rest of Louisiana in voting for Scott Angel as your governor. For a fair Louisiana. We deserve better. We deserve more. We deserve a governor that's fair. Please consider Scott Angel for a fair Louisiana. Number 1 on your ballot. Number 1 for Louisiana. Go tell Angel. Paid for by Join the People PAC.
This Saturday, the voters of New Orleans East have an important opportunity to elect a tireless advocate for our community to serve as state representative for District 100. That person is Alicia Plummer Clivens. Alicia served as president of the Fairway Estates Homeowners Association, as chair of the original Orleans Parish Hospital Service District Board. Alicia fought to ensure that the residents of New Orleans East had a hospital for their medical needs. Alicia also serves on the board of New Orleans East Business Association. NOEBA. It is important that we elect someone with a track record of working for our community.
This is Alicia Plummer Clivens. As your state representative for District 100, I pledge to support bringing new businesses with higher-paying jobs to New Orleans East, and will fight for the return of neighborhood schools. This Saturday, I'm asking for your vote for State Representative District 100, Alicia Plummer Clivens, number 64 on your ballot.
Paid for by the Alicia Plummer Clivens campaign.
I'm Roy Glapion. I'm a candidate for state senate. I'm an engineer, and I'm trained to identify problems and solve them. My opponents are career politicians backed by the old boys political machine. They're running for a job. I'm running for an opportunity to serve the people of the West Bank, not the political bosses. It's time for a change. This is Roy Glapion. Please vote for me on October 24th.
Paid for by the Committee to Elect Roy Glapion.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit?
Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
October 24th is fast approaching, and it's time for action, not just talk. Have you made plans to take action? Oh, you don't know what I'm talking about? This is Karen Carter Peterson, chair of the Louisiana Democratic Party. The election day is Saturday, October 24th. Your vote is your voice. As a community, we've been talking about changing Louisiana's leadership in Baton Rouge. We've been talking about our frustration because the governor doesn't prioritize health care and education and reducing poverty in the state. Well, don't talk about it. Be about it. Vote Saturday, October 24th for Democrats that represent your values. John Bel Edwards for governor, Chris Tyson for Secretary of State, and Jerry Broussard-Baloney for Attorney General. Please don't sit on the sidelines. You can make things better by voting your values on Saturday, October 24th. Or you can make things worse by doing absolutely nothing. It's up to you. Your vote counts, and Louisiana needs you. Vote Democrat.
Paid for by the DSCC of Louisiana.
This is Karen Carter Peterson, chair of the Louisiana Democratic Party. The last 8 years of so-called Republican leadership has led Louisiana to the brink of ruin. Fiscal planning based on smoke and mirrors, deception, and outright lies that always end with even more cuts to higher education and health care. Republican resistance to increasing the minimum wage and showing absolutely no concern for Louisiana women who earn 67 cents for every dollar paid to men. This is Louisiana after 8 years of Republicans in charge. If you are ready for leadership that promotes Louisiana's needs first, then it's time to vote the entire Democratic ticket and reject the Republican pandering and rhetoric. Vote John Bel Edwards for governor, Chris Tyson for Secretary of State, and Jerry Broussard-Baloney for Attorney General. The past 8 years is certainly enough. Vote the entire Louisiana Democratic ticket on Saturday, October 24th.
Paid for by the DSCC of Louisiana.
In St. John Parish, there is only one true leader in the race for president, Natalie Rowbottom. Natalie received national awards for her leadership during Hurricane Isaac and got millions in emergency funds to help people. Natalie Rowbottom's improved recreation, roads, emergency preparedness, and programs that benefit our community. St. John Parish, we have a true, proven leader. Re-elect our parish president, Natalie Rowbottom.
Paid for by the Natalie Rowbottom Campaign Fund.
WBOK 1230 AM, the People's Station.
Welcome to the good life. Welcome to the good life.
The wait is officially over. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Wellness Wednesday. I have Doc Griggs to my right and Bashan Jordan, the black belt of all time, to my left. And we are about to jump in a fabulous conversation about food. I'm so excited. Sense or science? And since we have the doc here, Bashan and I think we are, experts in eating, aren't we?
I like to eat.
Yeah, see, exactly. So tonight, Doc Griggs, we want you to join Doc Griggs tonight at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. They're going to have an event tonight, October 21st, from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. So make sure you go out and support him. It is absolutely free. Let me say that. Tonight from 6 to 7 at the Southern Food and Beverage Museum. And that is at 1504 Oritha Castle Haley Boulevard. 1504 Oritha Castle Haley. Y'all, that's Drive Street if y'all don't remember. But anyway, so the conversation is about why do we eat?
Yeah.
So I know people are like, why do we eat? We eat because we're hungry. Why do we eat?
I mean, that's the simplest answer. And, you know, I like having conversations about food. That's how people get checked, get fit, get moving. Best way to stay well is to do all you can for yourself. You might not go to the doctor. You might not exercise, but we all need to eat, and we love to eat.
We do.
So it makes us experts, and it puts us on a level playing field when we're talking to medical professionals about food. Everyone has their favorite foods. Everyone has their foods that they hate, and a lot of that is genetic.
Really?
Yeah, there's certain things like the spice. Well, I guess what you call it, the seasoning, cilantro.
Yeah.
There's some people that love it, and there is a gene in some people where it tastes like soap.
Really?
And they hate it. I don't know if you've ever met anyone. They'll eat cilantro and be it's just horrible.
Ginger tastes like that to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, those things are genetic. Two things shape the way we react to food: our genes and our environment. And I'd like to make a distinction between taste and flavor.
Really? I thought it's not the same thing?
No. Flavor is more the experience of food. It's your smells, using your olfactory nerve and your trigeminals and the sight of food. There's certain, and it's memory.
He's making us hungry.
So
I'm hungry.
A real quick experiment. If I say buttered popcorn, walk in a movie theater and fresh buttered popcorn.
Oh, I smell it.
Automatically, you smell it, and there's a flavor that comes in your mouth. And you're almost at the movies,
it's
right?
Watering, yes.
As opposed to taste. Taste is more the science of it, okay? So when we eat food, there are things that are released called taste ants. Taste ants go to receptors on our tongue that are called taste buds. They send signals up to our brain, and for a while, we thought there were only 4. There was sweet, sour, bitter, and what's the other one? Sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and
now there's more?
Now there's more. Well, they found one more. Up until
what had happened was
like
Pluto. It is. It's not. It is. It's not.
There was a scientist in 1901 that came up with. He decided he went to Japan, decided to get these students. He was going to map out the tongue, and we all grew up with that. Well, you taste the salt in the front and the sweet in the back, and da da da. Well, they found out that was all wrong.
Wow.
All the receptors are everywhere. Within the last 2 decades, they found a new one, and it's that savory flavor. It's called umami.
Okay.
Umami.
What you said about my mama?
Well, exactly. Umami, and when I tell you this one always makes my mouth water. It's that roasted garlic or that beef, that piece of meat that's cooked just right that makes you that you can't. You just got to eat more and more. Yeah. Well, that works with the.
Get stuck all in your teeth, you know.
So I've described them, right? So you have your sweet, your salty, your bitter, and your sour. And
I want to stick with the sweet.
Umami. Right. Well, here's the deal. Evolutionarily, all these things happen to have a purpose. The taste of sweet usually indicates something that's high in nutrients.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all stick with the sweets.
Typically picks up one of your sugars, like your glucose, your sucrose, your fructose. The salty, believe it or not. Now, this is funny. Like, people have different varying degrees. They do have these people called super tasters. They have more than 50 to 150 taste buds in their mouth, so they're extra sensitive to taste. But
Really?
The salty, those allow you to modulate for your electrolytes.
Really?
Remember I tell you all the time that when you're dehydrated, you'll taste that salty taste.
Yes.
Well, your body's trying to tell you, hey, we need to replace our electrolytes.
Give me some.
Sour, believe it or not, that's the taste of acids, and you're going to like this part when I explain how it works. The bitter is the taste of like your natural or diverse toxins, right? Something bitter. Now, evolutionary speaking, the glutamate, that's the taste of amino acids. Amino acids are the building blocks for proteins, right? So your body is constantly building, repairing, or whatever. So with the umami, that no one can eat just one.
Umami.
Umami. With your umami.
Umami.
There's that taste. Your body you'll have a taste. It picks up the taste of the proteins that you want to build. If you need energy, the sweet, the sour and the bitter are the really interesting one. With the sour and the bitter, so it's kind of a protectionary thing, right? It's a protective thing rather. So what happens is it gives you the taste of something. If you eat something, and that's sour, think about it. A sour piece of fruit is rotted, right? Yeah. What happens is, back in our hunter-gatherer days, if you ate a piece of fruit that was too ripe or was you were the hunter,
I was the gatherer.
Right, exactly, right. but if you ate something that was rotten, you'd get sick. And one of the things that people died of a long time ago was diarrhea. They'd lose a lot of electrolytes. They'd get sick, and they couldn't. So you needed to have.
I stick them in the wood. Come back when you're ready.
Come back when you're ready. Right. And the same thing with bitter. Well, the bitter.
Eat some mint or something.
The bitter actually had a soothe your stomach. The bitter actually is we can detect things that a lot of things in nature they're toxic. They're bitter. They're bad for you. That's the whole purpose of the bitter. So you have the taste of bitterness to protect you against toxins and poisons. The taste of the sour to protect you against rotting and rotted fruit. Because here's the thing: the people that got the diarrhea, they died, right?
Right. I just learned from them. What'd you eat? I'm not eating that.
The people that were left to be able to detect the poisons and to get enough the protein and the taste enough, get enough electrolytes and the sweet were left to reproduce, and that's how we evolved and we got our taste.
So then their taste buds got stronger because they reproduced together. Since part of it's genetic.
Mm-hmm.
See what y'all learn when y'all listen to The Good Life?
You know how they say that you can acquire a taste for something like what do you call it? Escargot and there's things that we naturally hate.
Yes, why do people acquire a taste? This was a great question.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, it's an acquired taste. Well, why do you acquire a taste for something you didn't necessarily like before? Exactly. Why do you keep forcing yourself to do it?
Well,
because other people think it's cool.
Well, that and the fact that
really, that's why you do it.
That's true.
You can basically train yourself. Like people that go on the low sodium diets. You know, it tastes horrible at first if they're used to eating a bunch of sodium, but after a while, your body adjust and you get used to it, and then it gets to the point where you don't want to eat anything that has too much salt in it. So we're products of our genetics and our flavors and taste. Our taste come from our genetics and our environment.
Okay, during the break, you blew my head with something. Blew my mind, I should say, because we opened people's minds, so you opened up mine. You were saying that eating with they like to trick us. We already know in marketing they like to trick us with colors and stuff. And you were saying different colors can trigger our mind and our sensory taste buds and organs and all that other stuff. So basically eating, y'all, we get in the okie doke when we eat ice cream. I'm just letting y'all know. So when we eat with the pink spoon, what's the difference than eating with the white spoon?
So this goes back to flavor, right? So in marketing in the food industry, they do certain things. They've done the studies, and they found that people were given flavors of plain yogurt, right? And they had them eat with a pink spoon, they had them eat with a white spoon. People what they found was that eating off a pink spoon, they already perceived it to be sweet. They thought it was going to be sweet. If you give someone a black jelly bean, even though it might be strawberry flavored, people think it's bitter.
Because it's black.
Because it's licorice. Case in point, a perfect example is that new Whopper, the Halloween Whopper. Everyone's looking like, I don't know. You already have a mind, just like I said, the buttered popcorn. You already have a picture in your mind of how it's going to taste.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looking at that, something don't look right about that. Why? Because normally when you see things that are bread that's black it's rotted, it's got mold. You're already going into it with that. So there's no way that it's gonna taste good. In some people.
I heard it wasn't coming out well either.
It's coming out the color of their water.
I'm just saying.
That's like those jelly beans that the kids have.
It's the Good Life to make sure you get the good information.
With the different, they have the different flavors of jelly beans with. You ever seen that? It's
vomit, they mess you up.
Vomit and all this other stuff.
Yeah. What are they called? Butterbees beans or something from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Case in point, there was one study where they had these people taste wine, right? And the participants rated the wine, and they said it was 50% sweeter if they drank it under red light rather than blue or white. Popular theory is that because the red light, they were attracted to the red light because red's associated with calories, which you need, ripeness, and sweetness. Does that make sense?
Yes.
The color of your kitchenware, you were asking. Here's the one. It's a 2013 study. The participants found that red strawberry-flavored mousse presented on a white plate was sweeter and more flavorful than when it was presented on a black plate. Puts emphasis on what restaurants use and the way they present their dishes. They also, drinking coffee from a blue mug, said that the coffee was sweeter when compared to a transparent mug.
Really?
Utensil.
So, y'all, they really just playing mind games on us.
White yogurt on a pink spoon was sweeter than yogurt on a white spoon.
So, y'all. Do y'all feel like y'all are getting the okie doke? I'm beginning to feel like I feel the okie doke. Obviously, they do all these little studies and they do all these little things to see how our brain works, and then they just.
So you could trick your kids.
So they could trick us. Exactly.
Some vegetables.
So what you've learned today?
I'm gonna give you on this pink spoon, a pink fork.
Yeah.
Go eat that broccoli or whatever. Light. Yeah.
And don't tell anybody, because like I said, we were saying on the break, if I give you a drink or give you a cake and say it's low fat cupcake and it's low fat, you can be like, oh man.
Yeah, I'll taste
that is so true, but we have it in our mind before we even taste it. We don't even give it a chance.
Flavor, that's why eating is a full experience.
So eating is a full experience. And so how do we really delve into the experience? Tonight, what's going on?
Tonight from 6 to 7, it's an annual lecture sponsored by Domino's Foods, Domino's Sugar.
Domino's Sugar.
Not Domino Pizza, but Domino's Sugar. We talk about the science of taste. We'll be there for an hour, and I'm just going to break it down. Go a lot more into detail. Not too much detail, fun detail, and we'll have a lively discussion about food and how we can take care of ourselves. I get excited about the food conversation.
I get excited about the food conversation as well. And here's a little random tidbit that had nothing to do with food, but since we're talking about how people like to trick us with colors and things like that, did y'all know that yellow and red are the two most stimulating colors to the brain?
Really? Did not.
Think about all of your marketing campaigns. Choose a fast food restaurant. Now, name their colors. Let's go. Pick one. Give me a fast food restaurant.
Burger King.
What's their colors?
Red and yellow.
Okay, give me another one.
Popeyes.
What's their colors?
Orange and white. Which
is
a
mixture, right? Okay,
yeah.
Pick another one.
Wendy's.
What colors are they?
Red.
Okay, give me another one. Aha! You look at the good life. Y'all learned something from me this morning. Yeah. Give me another one.
We said McDonald's, of course. That's
like pick them. You can go with Cane's.
Cane's.
Rallies, red.
Rallies,
yeah.
Choose them.
Wow.
So, just telling y'all, if y'all want to, entice people to do things, maybe your colors should have some red and yellow in it. That's the good life. You listen to here. Look at the little tidbits you learn here. What?
I show up my red and yellow stripes talking about Taekwondo. Y'all be ready.
Oh, goodness. I just want to thank everyone from listening from Dallas, Fort Worth, the Gospel is Golden, and all the listeners all over the world from WBOK 1230 AM. Thank you for all that you do. The Good Life is growing, and we appreciate you listening. And just make sure you share. You can listen to us on Spreaker or SoundCloud, and you can share them. You can download it. You can, do anything you want. Make sure you exercise to us. I have one of my friends who does that, and she's like, it goes by so quick because I get on the conversation. Well, that's what it's all about, opening your mind to living differently in the world. So make sure you tune in tomorrow for Gumbo Talk Thursday. We're going to jump in the stew with the ladies. This is Eileen, and if you want to contact us, you can give us a call at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127 if you'd like to sponsor or get involved with The Good Life. And you can follow us on social media at The Good Life Radio Show on Facebook or TGL Radio Show. That's TGL Radio Show on Instagram or Twitter. And send us your thoughts. If you'd like some, Lee's telling me to hurry up. Finally, if you're interested in hearing something on the radio, follow us. Am I too slow for you now? This is The Good Life, and I'm out.